ArtForce Iowa holds its annual No Justice event in the month of May. This year's theme is Creed or Credo. Credo in Latin means I believe. Not only does it mean I believe, but it's also how you live in your creed day to day and the actions you take towards it. As we lead up to No Justice this year, each member at ArtForce Iowa will be going through their creed on how it can impact the community and how you can live in your creed day to day as well. So my name is Kamaura Kim and I am a Rise and May ArtForce member serving with ArtForce Iowa. My creed is togetherness, and what that means to me is not only being able to check in with my loved ones and my peers, but being able to be on a team with anyone and doing that teamwork. So the process of coming up with my creed was kind of long. All of the other team members and stuff were thinking of their number one value, but I'm at this weird time where I'm like, oh, maybe my number one value has changed. So I know my love language is quality time, and that's something I really appreciate. I let my loved ones around me know that, hey, my love language is quality time. Let's spend time and hang out together. From there, I kind of formed the word togetherness. I feel like it's a word that brings a lot of comfort and ties in together not only my number one value, but my love language as well. As of now, my number one value is adventure. My creed aligns to my number one value by me thinking you never go on an adventure by yourself. It may seem like you're by yourself at first, but there's always going to be a cheerleader for you, someone to support you, maybe some people that you meet along the journey as well. That's kind of how togetherness and adventure blend in together. So a life experience that helped form my creed was just getting ready for First Fridays in general and No Justice and our holiday hustle last year. We really realized we have to work together as a team. Even if it was a 12-hour day, we all worked together, we stood by each other, we helped each other out. If it was a task that I was struggling with and someone else had a free hand, they would come out and help me. So that's when I really realized how important it was to be together and support one another and just check in with each other. How I live by my creed in my day-to-day is here at ArtForce we do a lot of workshops with youth, and that's really important to have a strong team to do that, because when we transfer activities and switch roles and things like that every week, we have to be able to depend on each other, be responsible for your own tasks and roles, make sure everything gets done before a workshop starts. So day-to-day, that's kind of how it is, being able to depend on each other and still be responsible for your roles, and then just coming together after everyone's done their individual tasks. We really have a big masterpiece, and workshop just flows so well once we all get into that little vibe together. If I could describe my creed as art form, I would describe it as film photography, because there's so many moments that you preserve in time, you burn it into the role. And for me, since my love language is quality time and my creed is togetherness, most of the time, all of my film and every single photo is someone that I love, someone that I spend time with every day. That togetherness component of the actual photo is really important to me. So there's so many components that go into the actual film camera and the negative itself, making sure the shutter speed's working, making sure the button is working, making sure that the flash is working if necessary, and then also making sure that your film ISO is compatible with the ISO setting you have in your camera. So there's so many things that work individually but have to come together to create this big, beautiful picture, and that's something I would use to describe my creed. My artwork represents my creed because I never fail to forget to photograph my friends or my family, even if it's in a really serious role. If I have a big project coming up, I'm oh, this looks good. I think this is a great moment I want to remember forever and burn it onto film. So I never fail, intentionally and unintentionally, to capture loved ones. And I feel also in my photos that come out, in my Far From Home exhibit, there's so many components in the photo, such as rule of third, center of the eye, different compositional wise, things that work together. So that's kind of how togetherness comes together in my artwork. I think my creed can make a difference for others because it not only makes people realize and learn about themselves through their love language, how I learned about myself and my creed through my love language, but being together physically or mentally or in a virtual space can provide such a safe environment where you can feel free to share, you can learn so many about your peers, and just build relationships throughout the whole community. It could be through your family, having family game night or something like that, or just a regular family dinner. Being together physically and emotionally can bring out so many new bonds and relationships and strengthen bonds and relationships. So a zine is like a little workbook made out of one sheet of paper and one cut. So it's folded into eighths, and then you cut it down the middle and fold it together to make like a little workbook area, some pages and stuff like that. And what's nice is you don't need any tape, glue, or anything to keep it all together. It's just one fold in the back that holds it together. So what I drew on my cover page is the word togetherness, which is my creed. And I drew me and my partners together because we're always together. And I did this little red line because there's like this Japanese myth where like you and your person are connected by a red string. So I thought that was an important aspect to add in, not only to like fill in the negative space, but it really, I feel, embodies my creed as togetherness. I also added text bubbles to show like communication and stuff like that. So on this page, one of the actions I like to work on towards my creed is to check in with my loved ones. Kind of relating back to my first page, I have the text bubbles and stuff. The first one says, "You okay?" And the other one is just someone typing. I think it's an important aspect of togetherness to check in with your loved ones, you know, making sure that they're okay, and just like constant communication, talking with them every single day and stuff like that. So my next page is support my peers. Whenever my peers have like a fundraiser or maybe like a project that they're into or an exhibit that they have, I love to just go check out their work because I know they spend a lot of hard time and effort, and it's always something that they're usually passionate about. Being able to show up and let them know that, hey, I'm here for you, like what you're doing is great, I want to support you and your cause, what can I do? So that's kind of how I embodied it in this little like lemonade stand. I just drew like a friend selling $1 lemonade and me in the corner saying, I'll buy some. So my next page, I kind of broke it up into two. So this one is quality time. And for an example of that, I just wrote hanging out at the movies. Like I usually go watch movies with my family, either at the movie theater or at my parents' house and stuff. It's something we enjoy doing together. And then my last one is eat together. My love language is quality time. And another thing that goes into that is being able to have dinner with each other, sitting at a table together, or maybe going out to eat somewhere. Just being able to have an ambiance of like food around to fill in like the empty silence and stuff, but still have that quality time of being together, even though there's maybe no communication and just chomping happening. That's something I thought was important to add to my creed zine. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned to watch the other members' creed zine videos. We hope to see you soon in May for No Justice Credo. Thank you for watching. Bye!